5 haunted places on Earth. Do you believe in ghosts? Number 5. The Island of the Dolls, Mexico. Xochimilco is a district of Mexico City that contains an extensive system of canals and man-made islands, the most famous of which belonged to a man named Julian Santana Barrera. The island caretaker discovered a girl's body on the shore of this island. Unable to revive her, he was disturbed after finding a doll close to her body. He assumed it was hers. In order to ward off evil spirits, he hung the doll to a tree in hopes that the girl's spirit would live on in her doll. Dedicating his life to searching for abandoned dolls and doll parts, he spent 50 years hanging millions of dolls all over the island. If he discontinued, he felt a force beckon him to enter the water where he had found the girl. In 2001, Julian was found drowned in the same spot the little girl's body had been discovered. Perhaps it is now Julian that lives on in his obsession through the cracked eyes of these decaying dolls. Number 4. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia. Known infamously for locking up one of the most notorious bank robbers in U.S. history, Al Capone, the Eastern Penitentiary in Philadelphia is shrouded in a dark mystique as it continues to crumble from within. The stories of brutal punishment to those that disobeyed rules go far beyond simple solitary confinement. The mad chair was a popular form of punishment in which the prisoner was strapped so tightly for days without food that the tightness of the straps and the lack of movement would nearly stop the circulation in their bodies. There have been countless reports of extremely active forms of negative energy in which weeping, giggling, and whispering can be heard from inside the walls. Number 3. Aokigahara, Japan. This forest at the base of Mount Fuji has a dark history involving Japanese demon mythology. Fittingly, it is considered to be the second most popular place in the world for suicides. More than 50 people took their own lives here in 2010 alone. Skeletons still dressed for their last hike through these deadly woods have been discovered in disturbing quantity. Number 2. Screaming Tunnel, Niagara Falls, Ontario. According to local legend, over a century ago, a farmhouse located just past the south entrance to the tunnel caught fire one night. A young girl, her clothes engulfed in flames, sprinted screaming from the house. She ran through the tunnel in an attempt to extinguish her garments, but collapsed and died on the tunnel floor. People all over the world are brought here to test the myth that if you light a match in the center of the tunnel, it will blow out and a shrill scream will be heard in the distance. Number 1. The Convent of St. Agnes in Prague. An unusual location to find ghosts, Prague holds a dark history within the walls of the Convent of St. Agnes. The story goes that the child of a wealthy nobleman tragically fell in love with a low-class knight. Her noble father refused to consent to the marriage of the two, and sent her away to become a nun at the convent of St. Agnes. However, the night before her transfer to the convent, she arranged to meet her beloved knight, only to meet her father instead. In an uncontrollable outrage, her own father stabbed his daughter out of utter shame for her disobedience. Today, the murdered nun's spirit wanders the halls of the convent of St. Agnes, and has been reported being seen as a vivid phantom smiling gingerly at unhappy couples or crying while being covered in her own blood.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.